Here we are again with Queen Victoria and her family. England's King George V and Germany's Kaiser Wilhelm II were both Queen Victoria's grandsons. They were cousins. This is King George V of Great Britain, one of Victoria's grandsons. This is Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany, also one of Victoria's grandsons. Do you notice anything different about his arms? If you look closely, you can see one of them is shorter than the other. He was born that way. This is Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. He was married to one of Queen Victoria's granddaughters, also a cousin. Pretty big family, as you can see. Now, here's a family picture. We got Kaiser Willie, a little nickname I gave him, Tsar Nicky, another nickname I gave him, and King Georgie, all pictured together. This family, this relationship, as you can see, Queen Victoria is the centerpiece, their relationship, their bickering, their competitiveness would kill millions of people. They were cousins, but they were also rivals. Do any of you sometimes compete, or are you compared with your cousins when you go to family outings, when you go to reunions, when you hang out with your cousins? Do your parents make a big deal over you? Do their parents make a big deal over them? Do they talk about how well they're doing in school? Do they compare you in school? Do they compare you on the sports field? Do they compare you in extracurricular activities? Whether you're a dancer, or you play in the band, or you participate in plays, are you compared to your cousins constantly? Does it frustrate you? Does it? It would frustrate me. I know it did when I was compared to my cousins. The only difference is that my rivalry with my cousins didn't lead to an arms race. This is a photo of King George V of Great Britain and his cousin Nicholas II of Russia. Do you notice anything about these two gentlemen? They look pretty close. They look like they could be brothers instead of cousins. And they're only cousins because Tsar Nicholas II married into the family. Their rivalries, the rivalries would lead to a number of alliances, other countries joining in and taking place or picking a side with one of the other countries. What's an alliance? An alliance, like I said, is a defense agreement between nations. You watch my back, I watch your back. There were two major alliances in Europe at this time. There was the Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente. Triple Entente means an understanding, to have an understanding with someone. The Triple Alliance. Who belonged to the Triple Alliance, you might be asking? Who was on whose side? Germany, Italy, and Austria-Hungary were all part of the Triple Alliance. The Triple Entente, who belonged to the Triple Entente. Great Britain, France, and Russia were all part of the Triple Entente. Obviously, as you can tell, Great Britain and Russia, those guys were related to each other, so they formed their own alliance. And also, these two gentlemen, pictured here, they teased Kaiser Wilhelm terribly throughout his whole entire life. Now, how are alliances supposed to keep the peace? By establishing a balance of power. No one group dominates the other. You all look out for each other. It's very much how it is sometimes with friends. The problem with an alliance like this is if two powers get into conflict, then all of the rest have to come to the aid of their country they have the alliance with. All of these circumstances, from Queen Victoria's families running Europe to nationalism to wanting colonies, came to a head, and it all began on June 28th, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand was heir to the throne of the Austria-Hungary Empire, an empire that was built of many ethnic groups, especially Slavs. He and his wife Sophie were visiting Sarajevo, which is in Bosnia. Meet Gavrilo Princip. He's a Serbian who belonged to a Slav nationalist movement called the Black Hand. He wanted unification of all of the Slavs. Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie on June 28, 1914, like I said, were visiting Sarajevo. Princip jumped up on the running board. If anyone doesn't know what that is, those are those boards that usually run alongside of the car so it's easier to get into. He jumps up on the running board and kills both the Archduke and Sophie. July 1914. Austria-Hungary, who was the country that the Archduke was going to become heir to, blamed Serbia and made demands that Serbia refuse to meet. This is King Peter of Serbia. He did not want to meet any of the demands that the Austria-Hungary Empire sent out. So, on July 28, 1914, Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. Then all the alliances are brought into the picture. Russia had promised Serbian protection, and Tsar Nicholas ordered his own army to prepare for war. There's Tsar Nicky right there. Germany's Kaiser Wilhelm was Austria's ally and declared war on Russia on August 1st. Because France was Russia's ally, the Kaiser also declared war on France on August 3rd. On August 4th, Germany invaded Belgium to get into France. England had sworn to protect Belgium's neutrality in 1839, and it declared war on Germany. So now all the major players are involved in World War I.